What's going on, Muscle Monsters? Align Gonzalez here, and today I want to talk about one important variable that a lot of people aren't talking about when it comes to achieving the physique of your dreams, right? And that variable is mindset. Now, before you shut the video off and say this is too airy fairy or woo woo or whatever the fuck, just hear me out, okay? And I'll give you an example of how this happens in business. Okay, in business, here's what happens. We have the guy who his goal is to finish college, get a job, start a side business, and then eventually he wants to turn that side business into his primary income and do that full time. And that's his goal, right? He wants to take the $70,000 he's making from his job, make $70,000 from his business, and that's success. Okay, so that's what he wants to achieve. Then we have the other guy who his goal is to not just make millions of dollars, right? Make that same $70 in a week instead of a year, but completely change the world. Okay? The difference between these two guys in most cases is not talent, right? It's their mindset. This guy thinks that he caps out at making $70,000 a year from helping clients on the internet, while this guy over here believes that he can fucking change the world. Okay? There's a mindset difference. And the same thing happens in your physique goals. Okay? A lot of the time we train for 2, 3, 4 years, and that physique that once was our main goal now seems unattainable, right? So we don't actually believe that we can look that way. And a lot of the times we become cynical. Anybody who does look like that, the way we want it to look, is either on drugs, right? Has superior genetics, or just wasn't naturally skinny like I was, right? The same way that this guy who's aiming to make his hobby into a business and earn 70K will look at the multimillionaire who's changing the world and say, oh, well, he got lucky, or he already had money, or he scammed people, right? It's about the mindset. This guy is never going to reach this guy's level because his mindset is fucked. It doesn't matter if it's actually true that the person is on steroids or has better genetics or whatever the hell. That's irrelevant. It's the mindset you have and the cynicism that you have that's going to keep you where you are, right? Because now that becomes an excuse to sell yourself short, to skip training sessions, to not go as hard in the gym, to skip meals, to not hit your calories that day, or whatever the case may be, right? You're setting yourself up for less than mediocre results, or mediocre however you want to look at it, but the idea is that you're setting yourself up in a way that is not going to allow you to reach your highest potential, right? Because if this guy over here who just wants to make his hobby a business to where it supplementing his income, right? If that switch went off in his head that said you can actually make the same 70K in a week instead of a year, now he's going to work harder, right? Bigger things are going to happen. And maybe he doesn't reach the same success as this guy, but ultimately he gets better results than when he had that limiting mindset, those limiting beliefs. And the same thing can happen with your physique. When you start realizing that you are not maximizing your true potential, and then start looking at everyone around you with cynicism because they're in better shape than you are, so they must have cheated, then ultimately you fail. All right? Not because there's not a set limit as to how much muscle you can build. Obviously there is. But chances are, if that's your mindset, you're not even reaching that. All right? So you have to change your mind. Okay? You have to realize, one, what is truly possible. Okay? And two, stop looking at everyone else around you who is further ahead and making that an excuse for, or making excuses out of that for why you're not where you want to be. Alright, so that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, click the like button below, subscribe for more videos, and I'll talk to you soon.